Good evening. I call to order the City of Gerald regular called City Council meeting Tuesday, May 6th, 2025 at 7 p.m. We're going to start with a roll call. We have one member absent. Now, invocation of pledge of allegiance led by Councilwoman Clausen.
Heavenly Father, thank you for our opportunity to serve the citizens of Gerald. We continue to seek your guidance, wisdom, and support in all the decisions we make. We appreciate the rain and everyone remaining safe in the storms today. Continue to watch over us and bless our staff, our first responders, and our citizens. We're grateful for your faithful presence and your promise to guide us. May your hand be upon us throughout this meeting, and may everything we do bring glory to your name. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The next item on the agenda is public comments. We do have one here. Mr. Peter Darren. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. Thanks for having me come on up. I'll make it very brief. Just to make the council aware, there's new construction that is taking place behind the apartments on 487 and Steepa Stockton. They're having an impact on our community. Mostly the roads that are on Black Opal are now have a washboard surface where part of the roads are collapsed from all the heavy equipment. They're dumping gravel and dirt on that road. And just with all this heavy rain, mud is flowing out of the area and unrestrained. So just wanted to make you all aware of it. Don't know if you or that's in your field, but just an awareness piece that a lot of the neighbors are talking about it. And I was unrestrained enough to mention I was coming to the council meeting. And so they said, hey, could you talk to them about it? It's like, sure, I could talk to them about it. Thanks very much. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda, agenda item number 3, the proclamation. Agenda item 3.1, we have a proclamation for May 11, 2025 as National Police Week. I'm going to go ahead and read that here. Whereas we recognize and honor the selfless and heroic service provided by the men and women of the City of Gerald Police Department. And whereas we rely on law enforcement officers to keep our neighborhoods safe, enforce our laws, and respond in times of crisis. And whereas everyday law enforcement officers throughout the nation face a threat of violence and danger, routinely putting their lives in jeopardy to defend others, putting themselves at risk of injury, disability, or even death. And whereas these men and women, by their distinctive service and dedicated efforts as law enforcement officers, have earned our highest respect and deepest gratitude. And whereas the City of Gerald extends appreciation to our own City of Gerald Interim Police Chief, corporals, and officers for the vital services they perform and their exemplary dedication to the community they serve. Now therefore, be it resolved, I, Patrick Sherrick, Mayor of the City of Gerald, further call upon all citizens and community to observe the week May 11 to the 17th, or the whole month, however you want to do it, as National Police Week, and join in commemorating law enforcement officers past and present, who by their faithful and loyal devotion to their responsibilities and their invaluable contributions in upholding justice, enforcing the rule of law, protecting the innocent have established for themselves an enduring reputation for preserving the rights and security of all citizens.
All right, well, thank you. Thank you, council.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Thank
you. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda is public hearings. Agenda item 4.1. We're going to open a public hearing to consider the Cantler Tract. Consideration of possible action regarding the ordinance number 2025-0506-01 to approve the annexation request for property referred to as 11.1041 acres, more or less, out of the Elijah Davis Survey number 23, abstract number 172, in Williamson County, Texas, being a portion of the remainder of a called 23.466 acre tract of land conveyed to Don Cantler, document number 201607941, 5, of the official public records of Williamson County, Texas. Ms. Phillips.
Thank you, sir. Council members, before you do have a request for annexation of approximately 11 acres, located just above the Mercer Tract, which was annexed a few months ago by this body. The developer was able to talk to these property owners and also, I guess, get some agreement with them, which is now pursuing annexation, rezoning and filing for this property and another one, the next agenda item that you'll hear. We do not have a service agreement with them yet. They're still working on deciding water between Gerald River Water Supply or the city of Gerald. So that, what you'll probably see is an amended ordinance come before you once we have that service agreement decided the concrete terms. The information is all in your packet. You do have the map showing where the property is located just above the Mishler Tract. So it's near the intersection of County Road 305 and 307, just a little bit southeast of that. Well, not really southeast, like northeast of that. And then there's another lot or parcel directly next to this that we'll be considering as well this evening. And I'm available for questions if you have any. It's just the annexation this time.
I just have one question before they, by annexing in, obviously developers are going to start developing, do we have the capacity to provide water to any additional developments?
The annexation doesn't necessarily start construction. We still have to go to the.
I understand that, but if we annex in, they're going to expect to be able to do something with their land. That's the reason why they're asking for an annexation. If that does, will we be able to?
We certainly, until I know exactly what they're building, I cannot say yes or no. I said, now we have work for developers, but it will depend on what they're doing.
I'll make a motion.
Yeah, you need to open a public hearing.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. This is the public hearing.
Sorry.
No.
Do you want to make the motion now? Or no?
We have to
We're
close the
already closed the public hearing.
I'm just overzealous.
Any comments? Okay, we're going to close this public hearing. Okay, agenda item 4.2, we're going to open another public hearing to consider the,
She does need to make the motion.
oh, okay.
Okay,
Or a motion needs to be
Yeah,
made.
no, you're right.
Okay.
sorry. All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve the annexation request for ordinance number 2025-050601 as written.
Second.
All right, we have a motion on the floor in a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. It's unanimous. Agenda item 4.2, we're going to open a public hearing to consider the Johns Tract. Consideration of possible action regarding the ordinance number 2025-0506-02 to approve the annexation request for property referred to as 15.0929 acres, more or less, out of the Elijah Davis Survey number 23, abstract number 72, situated in Williamson County, Texas, in a portion called 18.464 acre tract of land conveyed to Diane J. Johns in document number 201-610-1838, the official public records of Williamson County, Texas.
Thank you, sir. So this is the adjacent tract to the one that was just considered, approximately 15 acres, again, just north of a property that was annexed earlier this year. If I can expand on a question that Mr. Cleveland had. So when we look at annexation, we're only looking at bringing them in. We still have to look at zoning and platting for them, and they have to go through their water and wastewater feasibility study, and that's when we will determine what has to happen in order to provide utilities to them. Okay?
Yeah, I understand. I know we have a limited resource, and
Yeah.
you know, we keep annexing, and that, my job is to make sure that
Yes, sir.
we're
Yeah.
able to supply.
So what may happen is that there might have to be CIP projects that happen in order to provide services to them. And that's what comes about with that feasibility study. So it's, I know what you're asking, like, can we do this? And it's not, it's just not a cut and dry yes or no. Like, we just have to look at multiple things to say yes to yes or no to utilities, no, yeah. So again, the public notice was published in the newspaper on April 23rd. 15-acre tract adjacent to an already annexed tract adjacent to the public hearing that you did just hear, and again, the field provisions.
I think we could ask for what's the negative part of bringing in more people into it.
What's the
Is there a negative? He's worried about fire. Or is it all positive? Because I haven't heard that there's anything negative actually, like more join the city. Just curious if there is, if we are, like you said, we're bringing more people in. Is there a negative impact on the city?
If you didn't have, I guess, a plan for your growth, like a master plan for your growth, for your thoroughfare plan, for your parks plan, for land use zoning, then if you didn't have a plan for that and just kept bringing in properties that you didn't have an intent for them, then that could be negative. If you didn't have like a long-term plan on how to service those properties, the revenues that you might receive from those properties, what services you can provide those properties, then that would be negative.
But we do have a plan, right? That's a great plan.
There have been plans adopted in the past, we're working on updating those, comp plans should be updated every 5 to 7 years. The most recent one is from 2021, so we get started with all rolling on getting that updated, getting each portion of that plan updated, so park plan, thoroughfare plan, CIP plan, zoning, maintenance, so we're working, we can start with all of them, to make sure that they're up to date, they're gonna work for the city, they're gonna be good, sustainable future growth for the city.
All right, so nothing further, we're gonna close the public hearing. I'll take a motion.
I'm ready now. No, I'd like to make a motion to approve the annexation request for ordinance 2025-050602 as written.
Second.
All right, we have a motion on the floor and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Unanimous? Moving on, consent agenda items. I'll accept the motion to approve unless. Motion. We have a motion on the floor and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. It's unanimous. Moving on to regular agenda items. Agenda item 6.1, consideration and possible action regarding the approval of a preliminary plat referred to as Sundance on property described as 140.816 acres of land out of the Isaac Bunker Survey, abstract number 54, and Edmund Parsons Survey, abstract number 494, Williamson County, Texas, being that certain tract described as, like I said, 140.892 acres, and a deed to the Gronk LP, recorded in document number 202-1022-888, the official public records of Williamson County.
Thank you, sir. So this is a preliminary plat request for property purchase. The name of the plat is Sundance, the owner is Gronk LLC. This property is located in the ETJ of the city limits, so, or ETJ of the city, so not within the city limits, within the extraterritorial jurisdiction. We do still have some regulating jurisdiction over this area, but it is not within the city limits of the city of Carroll. This plat was reviewed by the consulting engineer, and it does comply with the subdivision requirements for the city of Gerald. We did have a question when this was presented to Planning and Zoning Commission. They were concerned about the density of the lots in there. And I did do a little bit of research per local government code. If it is in the ETJ, we cannot regulate the density of the lots. You cannot regulate the size of the lots, anything like that. All that we can regulate is the infrastructure that is going in there to make sure it meets our standards. And it does. So staff is recommending approval of this preliminary plat based on the requirement. And I am available for
approve.
Second.
All right, we have a motion to approve in a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay, unanimous. Okay, agenda item 6.2, consideration of possible action regarding the approval of a preliminary plat referred to as Quick Trip number 4139 plat on property described as being 4.322 acre tract of land located in the Isaac Bunker Survey, abstract number 54, in Williams County, Texas, and being a portion of a called 76.977 acre tract of land described in the record in document number 2006023054 of the official public record of Williamson County.
Thank you, sir.
At this point, I have to excuse myself.
Yes, ma'am. This case is for a preliminary plat referred to as QC 4139. You can tell by the name of the development, this is going to be for a Quick Trip. It's going to be located on the corner of Seabud Stockton with County Road 306, County Road 370, and IH 35. I believe right now there is SAS towing is located on this parcel. The property is approximately 5 acres, I believe, 4.434 acres. The property owner does have a development agreement that was approved back in 2007 to allow this type of development to occur here. It does state that as long as the development is compliant with the preliminary plat procedures, that they can put this type of product on this property. The development agreement was approved back in 2008 and does state that once the preliminary plat is approved, they can proceed to the infrastructure and final plat. And as long as they're in conformance with preliminary plats, then they are automatically approved. So this will be the only time, this will potentially be the only time that you'll see this request before you. I'm available for any questions you have.
I'll make a motion to approve on
Second.
All right, we have a motion on the floor and a second. All those in favor say aye.
it.
No? So, motion passes 3 to 2. Or 2 to 1, sorry. And just for clarification, if we hadn't passed that, that document signed back in 2008 stating how long as they're in compliance, they have to build it in.
So there's a couple of different factors. It's that document, and there's also local government code that says, again, if the plat complies with the subdivision regulations, then we are bound to approve it. That will open it up for the city up to litigation if we disagree with it for an arbitrary reason.
So if we didn't approve it, we'd be getting sued.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you could open yourself up to that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just want to clarify.
Yeah.
That's what,
Sorry,
that's
it was
my
in the
understanding.
packet, and I just requested it.
Yeah, no, okay, that was my understanding. Okay, agenda item 6.3. Consideration, guidance, possible action on participating in the National Fitness Campaign Program for the installation of a fitness board.
Thank you, sir. So the National Fitness Campaign reached out to city staff early April to see if we would be interested in applying for a grant program with them to get a fitness board installed in the city. They are doing this in partnership with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas. The PowerPoint the gentleman provided to me is included in your packet. I do have a little bit of additional information. They provide me with warranty information because I figured that may be something you guys are interested in. So that is in a separate packet, a separate little small packet that you should have at your dais. The program typically costs between $150,000 to $250,000 for the city, with grant money available also, which is funding from Blue Cross Blue Shield Texas of up to $50,000. The fitness board does include a shade instructor. When they first started, it did not include a shade instructor, but they had so many inquiries about having one that I guess they realized that should probably be something that comes mandatory with their product. And it does directly integrate with the unit. The city is responsible for coordinating with an installer. They do have a list of national already approved installers that we could utilize for that. I did speak with a Parks and Rec representative from the city of Superville that I know. And he said that they installed one within the last 2 to 3 years. It's utilized greatly. They did have, I guess, a little bit of difficulty locating an installer. They weren't aware that that was their responsibility for this program. But he said that they're actually working to partner with them again for another second location within the city of Superville. All of the items are made in the United States of America. The warranty information is included in this packet. And so tonight, I just kind of need guidance if you guys are interested in pursuing this. Their application process starts within the next 2 weeks, and this is kind of the first step of that.
And you said that grant was up to $50,000?
Up to $50,000 from Blue Cross Blue Shield. So if you approve proceeding with this, then they partner with the city to find a suitable location for this, and then, you know, just partner with city staff to get pretty much everything going. But the city will have some out-of-pocket costs on this. Grant funding from them is up to $50,000. So you could potentially have $100,000 to $200,000 that the city might have to pay for.
We'll just come back in front of council for final approval, or is
So
this just approving y'all to?
it's just saying, yes, we would like to apply for the grant.
Okay.
And, because we have to do that within the next week or so.
I mean, I'd almost kind of like to take a survey of the constituents to, if they would want something like this. I mean, but obviously we don't have, doesn't seem like we have.
So I can-
I wouldn't even know how to take a
So there's
survey.
no, so we wouldn't be approving tonight, only approving just to apply for the grant money. Is that correct?
So we could tell them, yes, we would like to start this process, and then if we get a survey from citizens and they say, no, this is not something we want, then I can always tell them we're withdrawing our request.
And is there a way to do a survey?
I haven't done one here. We did one in the previous city that I worked with, and it takes about 3 months, and we had to partner with a professor from Texas State to do it, so it's kind of like something that he was doing for his research,
Yeah.
and he partnered with the city. I'm sure that we could talk to I'm sure we could find out how to do it, so, yeah.
I mean, I just don't know if
Well, are we getting
people would want it.
stuff already donated to by that development? So I mean, this is kind of, on top of that, we'd be having a second location. It's like a workout area.
We don't have a location for this one yet.
Well, I know, but we have splash pad and stuff coming, so this would be on top of that, be a whole other thing to deal with too. That's what I'm saying, I don't know, I mean, and is this the only year we can apply for it, or could we apply for next year?
I can ask him tomorrow, so I have a meeting with him tomorrow morning, and if it sounds like you guys are a little bit hesitant, then I can ask him, is this something that we could look into next year? So
Yeah,
get
that
some
way
information, get some.
Take our time to
Mhm.
do the survey, and if it is something, then push harder for it.
When you have the potential of the cost of something more than 200, where would that be coming from the budget?
Exactly.
I will have to check it out.
I wouldn't, I don't see what I want to spend that.
That's what I'm saying, so.
I mean, because I just don't know the interest. I clearly don't work out, but maybe I should start. I don't know. I would like to know what the constituents think, honestly. If we can manage it, I mean, even just something on our city website and
Just like a poll.
we push it out,
Yeah.
yeah, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, so, when I meet with him tomorrow, I'll tell him that we're gonna, hold off on right now, do, a city poll, and then if I could reach back out to him next year to get some, see if we can, if we're eligible to do it next year.
Everybody, is it okay with that?
Well, so if we don't go in this year, I think, well, actually, no, I think next year is best, it's not budgeted.
So I don't know for sure if we don't go in this year, if we can still back it up next year, that was not a question that I asked. But I assume that we can because Pflugerville already has a unit there, and the person will be getting a second unit through this program, so I assume that you can wait, if it's,
Yeah, let's just gather the data first.
Okay, and then I'll have an update at the next city council meeting to give you all based off what we said.
Thank
I won't have
you.
the results of the poll yet, but.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
table this item. Agenda item 6.4, consideration of possible action regarding on resolution number 2025-0506-03, approving and adopting the rate review mechanism rate schedule for Atmos Energy Corporation Mid-Tex Division as a substitution for the interim rate adjustment process defined by section 104.301 of the Texas Utilities Code. Mr. Hernandez.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Council. This is a resolution to adopt the rate review mechanism, which is an annual process to adjust rates in lieu of traditional interim adjustments under the Texas Utility Code. The present rate they have is $27.45 a month. They're going to increase it 60 cents, so the proposed new one will be $28.05 a month. The mechanism allows the city to retain local regulatory oversight of future increases, ensures predictable and transparent rate charges, and the staff recommends approval, so it's aligned with the prior adoption of the franchise agreement ordinance of 2024.
Motion to approve resolution number 2025-0506-03 as presented.
Second.
We have a motion on the floor and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those say nay, unanimous. Agenda item 6.5, consideration of possible action on the budget report for the period of January 1st, 2025 through March 31st, 2025.
Anybody have any questions?
No. I've been wondering, are we gonna talk about it?
Everything's still fine.
Yeah.
Natalie, so we need to approve this, correct?
Make a motion.
We have a motion on the floor and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Unanimous. Agenda item 6.6, consideration of possible action on the budget amendments for the quarter ending March 31st, 2025. I believe we do have one adjustment.
Under the debt fund, the last one listed the add budget amount for the Lone Star Regional Water Authority. Our auditor has suggested that we talk to our financial advisor and decide if it needs to be moved to the debt fund or remain in the utility fund. We just don't want to affect any bonds that we have upcoming. So I just want to remove that, the $380,676.50 item off the budget amendments, but leave the rest.
She wants to remove that. I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion on the floor and a second to approve minus.
Oh, minus that, yes. I'll knock it out.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Unanimous. All right, agenda item 7. We're going to adjourn into executive session. Pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.071, seek the advice of its attorney regarding pending or contemplated litigation or a settlement offer or in a matter in which the duty of the attorney of the governmental body under the Texas disciplinary rules, professional conduct of the State Bar of Texas clearly conflicts with Texas Government Code Chapter 551 to wit. A, EEOC charge 451-2024-02957, complainant Danielle Singh. B, Infomark LLC versus City of Gerald, docket number 24-3086-C480 in the 480th Judicial District Court of Williamson County. C, B, E Theon Partnership number 3 versus City of Gerald, cause number 20-0125-C425 in the 425th District Court of Williamson County. D, notice of default letter for Cielo Gardens LP and Gronk LP. E, Adam Marsh council resignation. F, Jeffrey Seidel letter of compromise. G, discussion regarding the process for home rule city designation. H, executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code section 551.074 to deliberate the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer employed with city manager. With that, we are now adjourned at 7:31 p.m. The Gerald City Council is now back in session at 8:17 p.m. Okay, agenda item 8.1, we're open this session to consider, discuss, deliberate, take action on any items discussed in executive session. We'll start with A, EEOC charge number 451-2024-02957, complaint of Danielle Singh. We have no action. B, Infomark LLC versus City of Gerald, docket number 24-3086-C480 in the 480th Judicial District Court of Williamson County. We also have no action. C, B, Theon Partnership number 3 versus City of Gerald, cause number 20-0125-C425 in the 425th District Court of Williamson County.
I'd like to make a motion to authorize the city attorney to file an appeal on cause number 20-0125-C425.
Second.
All right, we have a motion on the floor and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Unanimous. All right. D, notice of default letter for Cielo Gardens LP and Gronk LP. We have no action at this time. E, Adam Marsh council resignation. We have no action at this time. F, Jeffrey Seidel letter of compromise.
I make a motion to authorize our city attorney to respond to Jeff Seidel's letter of compromise stating that the city will not accept the terms of his letter.
Second.
All right, we have a motion on the floor and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. G, discussion regarding the process for home rule city designation. We have no action. H, executive session, closed meeting, pursuant to Texas Government Code section 551.074 to discuss city manager. We have no action as well. With that, no further business. Gerald City Council is now adjourned at 8:19 p.m.